This week on StarCap, Clarendon killer receives 5 life sentences. A mother's ultimate sacrifice. Teen mom dies protecting daughter. Officer accused of police brutality. Mother and daughter killed in arson attack. And in their pastor review, boyfriend cheating with his business partner. Hey Star Fam, I'm Jeline, and welcome to another week of StarCap, a recap of the big stories that lit your attention this week. Described as a heartless killer, Roshane Barnett was on Thursday handed 5 life sentences by Justice Leighton Pusey. Barnett was charged for the murder of 31-year-old Kimisha Wright and her 4 children Kimanda Smith, Sharalee Smith, Rafaela Smith, and Keshawn Henry. The incident, which sent shockwaves throughout the island, occurred on June 21 in Cocoa Peaks, Clarendon. Barnett claims that voices inside his head influenced him to commit the crime. He is to serve 61 years and 8 months in prison before he becomes eligible for parole. 19-year-old mother Dominique Donaldson paid the ultimate sacrifice when she shielded her 10-month-old daughter from bullets. Dominique was at home with her child's father and her daughter when gunmen broke down the door and began firing shots on the family. Dominique, who was in the 3rd trimester of pregnancy, laid on top of her daughter to protect her. The daughter and her father both survived the attack with non-severe gunshot wounds, but Dominique succumbed to her injuries. A confrontation between the police and residents of the Kingston Central area has left a mother and daughter claiming police brutality. The police were on location of a shooting incident when residents allegedly began removing items from the cordoned scene. The mother, who requested anonymity, says while trying to return home on the orders of the police, a cop began pushing her and using his baton to hit her on her hand, while another pepper sprayed her. Upon seeing the altercation, her teenage daughter intervened and she was also hit in the head repeatedly with a baton. The mother was charged with assaulting a police officer, and the family is seeking to have the Independent Commission of Investigations and the Office of the Public Defender investigate the incident. Saraya Cohen, a 4-year-old girl of Highgate St. Mary, was burned to death in her home by fire that was allegedly started by arsonists on Tuesday morning. Saraya's mother, Rose Beecher, who was injured in the incident and taken to hospital, later died. The police say 5 family members were at home asleep when Beecher felt liquid being poured on her and then immediately felt fire on her skin. She jumped out of her bed and was able to escape before the home was fully engulfed, but was unable to assist anyone else. Saraya's charred remains were found after a cooling down exercise, and 3 other family members were rushed to hospital where they are being treated for severe burns. A suspect has been held by the police. In their pastor this week, boyfriend cheating with his business partner. As Jamaicans famously say, one thing for certain and 2 things for sure. The woman who write to the pastor seemed qualified for major investigation units. A young woman who is in a relationship with an older man claims he is cheating on her with a female business partner that the man had indicated was in love with him. After not seeing or hearing from her boyfriend for a few days, she decided to camp out at his apartment about 11 o'clock one night. Upon her arrival, she noticed the business partner's car on the property. She proceeded to call her boyfriend and asked if he could spend the night with her, and he refused, claiming he had retired to bed for the night. She continued to watch the apartment for at least 2 hours that night. She confronted the business partner via phone, but she denied any affair and insisted that it was just business. Should she continue her investigations or just call it quits? Let us know in the comments, Star Fam. And that's it for this week's StarCap. Remember to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at the Jamaica Star and on Twitter at Jamaica Star. I'm Jeline. Until next week, keep reading the Star, the People Paper.